My sight unseen auction BMW e30 M3 has seen 9 owners, rust, track days, a built engine and pretty much everything else except a head-on collision, I think. In this first episode, I'll be answering you 3 questions. First, what kind of unforeseen issues you might expect when you buy a car from an online auction sight unseen. Camshaft positioning sensor wasn't attached. There's so much stuff that shouldn't be here. How much time and money you need to invest to do a full restoration of a classic BMW M3, and how difficult it is to work and diagnose on an 80s BMW. So join us on this road to discovery and welcome to Outpost Garage. My name is Panu and today we are making car dreams come true. So let me introduce you to Kim. He's an airline engineer and he's also a proper car nut, and he owns an E30 M3, which he has done a proper nut and bolt restoration himself like 10 years ago, right?
Yep.
And today he's going to help us to figure out what is original, what is tuned, what needs to be fixed, so we can come up with a proper plan.
Hi. Are we supposed to start filming or?
Well, you'll see. And if you haven't noticed, winter is coming, or winter is here, so this is always a good possibility to do something mischievous.
Uh-huh. But the engine, we were supposed to...
Yeah. This is a good day at the office, I think. Here in Finland, the winter is long, cold and dark. But we get to do this for months. And that's why I think we have so many rally world champions coming from Finland. Have you ever had the chance to drift in the snow? Leave a comment below. All right, come in. All right, why don't we get the car back in and wait for Kim to come. Let's not tell Kim about what we were just doing. Well, that was fun, but now it's time to see what we really have with this car. Here's a list of things we need to go through. We will see how usable each item is, and my worry is that the engine would need some work. We are doing a compression test at the end of this video to find out the state of the engine. But let's start with the interior. To help us out, our cameraman Chris is joining us. Alright, so guys, what do you think? I think we have all the bits and pieces are here. So...
Yeah, I don't know. Let's have a look. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's a bit of a cable mess there.
Yeah, I can see. Oh.
Yeah. Funny thing. When I bought the car and drove 5-10 kilometers, went over the first speed bump, that came down. But I guess someone needed some. Yeah. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm quite optimistic. We just put that back in and tied in some screws but look.
And more zip ties.
More zip ties. But we have great front leather seats, which obviously are not from this car because the whole rest of the interior is cloth based. So the front seats are correct, but from a different car.
But we have something special also here. Look at this.
The tweeters.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So that's the only good thing. Plus, unfortunately, that one is not put in properly.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess we need to take everything out.
Yeah.
Inside a non-restored 40-year-old automobile, which had its value bottom out some 20 years ago, it's what you might expect. Lots of asbestos and a strong smell of cigarettes. As you can see, the front seats are leather while the rest of the car is not. Diagnostics panel was hanging from the ceiling and most bits and bobs had seen their better days. Not to mention the horrific spaghetti of cables in the glove compartment. The dashboard and roof lining were in pretty good condition. I'm very happy that I can still order new floor mats to get rid of smells. Almost every panel, dash included, is vinyl wrapped. That means it's pretty easy to rewrap them in leather or vinyl and get a new and clean look for the whole interior. Alongside the seats and door cards, the steering wheel will also be reupholstered. And I already have the new gear stick and bushings to restore the manual action to its former glory. Since we are reupholstering the interior, we need to pick a color. I am thinking maybe black, mustard or caramel, or maybe some sort of red. What do you think? Leave a comment below. And next up is the engine bay. Please lie to me. All the things that are great and I don't know.
No, they are not.
Yeah, so why don't you just point out things that are wrong, in the wrong place, and so on.
I don't know, is it wrong, but the radiator.
That's not original, obviously, but it's hopefully better. But
maybe.
Obviously for whatever use this car is going to see, it doesn't matter. I don't think it needs a beefier radiator, but still.
This pop-up, the alignment for the
accessory belt?
Yep, it's not correct.
So the alternator is misaligned somewhat.
Yeah, maybe the bushing are wrong.
All right, bushing for the, all right, so we need to, well, the engine is going to come out, so we're going to take all those parts and so we can see what's what.
Yeah.
Fuel pressure regulator.
Yeah, it looks tuning.
So that's not original, and I've seen a picture where this is under here, not on top, but I don't know if that matters. I have no idea how the whole fuel thing works. Fuel comes from there, goes in here.
Yeah, very simple.
All right.
Super simple.
The cap is wrong?
Yeah, that's pop-up.
Oh man. All right, so we need to, so next time I see your car, I'm going to steal that one from your cars. Or Jannes, don't tell him.
Yeah.
We'll just change. He won't notice. If we put that on his and take his, he'll never know.
Yeah.
All right.
Wiring. That's looks like a mess.
Inside the engine bay, we can find our biggest problem, the wiring harness. The original has been cut and vandalized, and some new wires were added on top. All the wires were connected to an EMU branded master ECU box. The original ECU was nowhere to be found, and this is the main reason why we need to take out the engine, to get access to the wires. Trying to buy an original ECU is of no use. Since the engine is not original anymore, we need an ECU that can be programmed. The original, unfortunately, cannot be. There's a well-known professional who can help us with the wiring harness, ECU and programming. So once we install everything back to the car, we can send it to him for some new wiring, programming and eventually dyno testing. Yeah, it seems that there are two wiring harnesses. So there's the original one, which has been cut in several places, and then there's the new wiring harness, which is like a braided one, like this. And so there are a lot of cables, and because the old one is not in use, at least it's not connected to the ECU, the connector is just not in use. So all the other cables here are just hanging around. So it's quite difficult to start figuring out. Yeah. So as you can see here, these are just the cables are just there.
And zip ties.
A lot of zip ties, yeah. I can see here 1, 2, 3 cables are just, not connected. The cable for the fan is not working, so there's something going on with that one. And there's some sort of cable here, not connected. I did go through all the relays and fuses. I think they are all okay. I did just a meter to go through the regulators and check all the fuses one by one that they should be okay. The ODB, the original ODB connector is here.
Yeah.
Or is it called ODB, like ODB1 or something?
Yeah.
It's here, but that doesn't work because there's no original ECU.
Yeah.
All right. And you said this is in the wrong place.
Yeah, and it's not original.
Also, the reservoir for the brake fluid, it's not original. And these are the connectors for the
fluid level
sensor, which should be here, and this should be here. But because there's this carbon fiber plenum, it was moved here with a zip tie. Oh, by the way, can you see that there's only one?
It's a DTM style.
Yeah, so the DTM racing cars only had one wiper. So this has had a wiper removed with a BMW like plastic cover, which removes that. So, do you have two wipers, or?
Yeah, of course.
of course. But this is way cooler, right?
No.
But I think this is a BMW tune thing. That it's not just a tune thing, but this is actually what the DTM cars were all about.
Yeah.
This as well. So I think these are pretty cool tunes.
I think this is nice tune.
Yeah.
But this is not so nice tune. I don't know what the MOT says in Finland about the one wiper.
Oh,
I
that's
am pretty
interesting.
sure that
So can we MOT it? Yeah. I might prefer to have it like this, but if we have to go back to 2 wipers, that's fine.
Oh, there's some wires.
Why don't you go over there?
Oh my god.
You said there was a plastic cover missing and just relays and... Oh no. And can you see this thing? This is for the fan, radiator fan. So no wonder it's not working. But in general, I would say that there's lots of stuff, but most of the things are like you just switch out a better part or new part. But the wiring harness is like the real problem and needs a lot of work in a way. So as you've checked it, you had the idea of taking out the engine so we can get better access, then take out all the wires and and maybe get an aftermarket wiring harness with an ECU, which comes from the same supplier.
But we have 2 different wire loops in the car.
So the one for the engine?
And one for the body.
You mean like windows and
lighting.
Yeah. Lights and so on, sunroof. All right.
Do you guys have any experience in installing a custom ECU and with the programming and dyno testing? What do you guys think we should take into consideration with the programming and tuning?
Hey man, I would also like to remind you, like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our journey to restoration nirvana. So let's start with, there's a leak here and I don't think it comes from the differential.
Yeah, that's dry.
Yeah, so there's nothing here.
Oh yeah, here.
Oh, you can find it?
Brake line.
A brake line there?
Yeah, leaking.
Oh, all right. Yeah, all right. So that's leaking from the connector.
Yep.
All right. So we have some moisture here.
Yeah.
That's normal-ish. Comes from the.
Hey, it's an old car.
Yeah. What do you think about the axles? Do we need to? Well, we're gonna take the differential down, I guess, just to sandblast it and repaint it.
Yep.
And then we're gonna take these out, maybe refurbish the axles as well, the drive shafts or axles.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have tuned XYZ Super Sport shocks and springs.
I never heard it.
You never heard of the brand?
No.
Me neither. Do you comment if you've ever heard of XYZ? So, and someone did do a great job in painting these purple, so the lower control arm or something, and the subframe. So I guess we need to take those down and repaint them as well.
And look at this.
Okay, so this is like the normal mounting point for this?
It's a normal mounting point, yes, but there is some welding.
So someone has like tried to stiffen it or make it stronger?
Yeah.
Well, they did?
Yeah, they're selling the kits to do that.
Oh, I think this skipped the kit and did it himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. What do you think about the brakes?
They are gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't we save anything?
No.
Yeah, so this is going to get expensive, I think. New brakes, maybe we refurbish the brake calipers. We'll see what we'll do with the shocks and struts. Well, we need to take them out and see
Anyway, yeah.
what's going on.
So looking at the car from below, things seemed pretty good. The rear subframe and lower control arms have been painted purple and look pretty rusty, but I think we can get those sandblasted and repainted. I don't know yet if the XYZ suspension setup is here to stay, but we might also need some new brake discs, pads and sensors. We also might need some ABS sensors, since the ABS brakes started clicking and not braking when slowing down.
So there's an aftermarket exhaust, obviously, and it makes a terrible droning sound when you're driving at 60 miles, 80 kilometers an hour.
and that's terrible. So that needs to go, or something needs to change at least, so that droning sounds disappears.
Full exhaust.
Full exhaust, yeah. And as you can see here, it is so, the diameter of the exhaust is so big that it hits the subframe, and someone just put a some rubber there so that it doesn't hit the metal and make a sound.
Sound insulation, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Nice job. And we do have, you pointed out,
gas tank.
So obviously this car has been to the racetrack and
rally car maybe.
Or rallying or racetrack or something. So maybe they hit something and there's a big dent or 2 dents here in the gas tank, and I guess that needs to go.
Yeah.
Or we can weld it.
Yeah, it's better maybe to weld.
The exhaust needs to change to something a bit more quiet. The differential will be painted, drive shaft and axles will be bought new or refurbished, and most rubber will be replaced and anterior bars will be changed back to original, and in general most consumables will be replaced.
But in general the body looks pretty okay. It has just been painted. For some sucker like me to buy, it looks great, but underneath.
But there is not so much rust, and that's a good point.
Yeah, that's one of the better news with this car, is that we have close to zero rust in the chassis. Yeah. We do have some, because I guess this was painted so badly.
Yeah.
So that's the rust. That's why the rust has come out. But the chassis itself seems pretty solid. This car has 122,000 kilometers, and it has lived in Sweden, which is up here in north. But I guess this has been a summer car. It looks like. So, because if you drive 100,000 kilometers in the Finnish winter,
E30.
Yeah, E30, it's gonna be rotted out at that point. So we do have a bit of a fuel leak here, and so that's the gas pump.
Yes.
Gas pump. So next to it there was a fuel leak here, which
this is the pressure pump.
Pressure pump.
Yeah.
And then we have a fuel sending unit in the tank, right?
Yep.
All right. I guess we do need to go through the tank because it's old, dirty, and you know it might be tuned. The fuel sending unit might be not a stock one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So all that has to go. And here we do have a bit of a leak from the transmission. The filler cap, I guess that's the culprit.
Control arms, not stock. They should be
Aluminium?
Yes.
Oh, they're steel. Oh yeah, and they're rusty. The mounting points are like
bushings, yeah.
Bushings are from an Evo or Evo style, where the mounting point is offset. It should be center in the normal one.
Yeah.
So this is the Evo style, and that changes the camber or something. Caster. And yeah, so but this is not an original part to this car. And I think the steering rack has been worked on. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And the boots look quite new.
It's
and
not leaking.
It's not leaking, yeah. But we do have something going on in the oil pan.
Yeah. But nothing like major.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what they have done to engine? Is it like stock engine or is it?
No, but I'm pretty sure there's a different camshaft, and obviously there's different ECU and programming, which you'll see in a moment. And is this about to pop out? Oh shit!
No.
No. So there's an angle there.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I thought that's about to pop out, and it's obviously hot. So, but yeah, it should be there. But there was a coolant leak, and it could be this or something else. And here you can see an engine oil leak from that's the tensioner for the cam chain guide,
yep.
Right? Yeah, so there's a bit of a leak there. That's been there. Obviously, I haven't driven this car, it's not registered, but I've turned it on every once in a while, and yeah, that's been leaking. But I have to say, I love the fact that this something good about having a small engine is the fact that you have lots of room here.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
And it's not heavy engine, it's just like 200
kilograms. All right.
Yeah, more.
I think engine mounts are done, finished. There's all kinds of stuff coming out.
Somebody tried to fix it with super glue.
Yeah, it looks like someone tried to fix the engine mounts with super glue. And have you noticed that there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 horns? Oh, there's a little bit of rust here. I don't know if that says anything.
Yeah, but that's nothing.
No, but someone has welded here. This is.
Or maybe it's on the factory.
Could be.
Yeah.
They were smoking on the factory line, as you've seen the video.
Yeah.
Gehört der Heckscheibenbereich mit der flacher geneigten Scheibe.
So anything can happen. All right, and we have some. It does have some problems with the ABS. So I think all the ABS sensors and brake sensors and lines we need to change.
This is the ABS. Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh. All right. What do you think about these? So the anti-roll bars are different.
Yeah, the uniball design.
You mean that's this one here?
Yeah.
All right. So so this is some sort of adjustable mounting point to the anti-roll bar, which I've never seen before, and that's the same in the rear, but that's for racing or something.
Yeah.
So you can change how stiff it is or something. Wow. Yeah.
And you can change the length
of the link.
Yep.
All right. All right. So we need to I don't know. Maybe we can use those, or maybe restore them back. I don't know. That's like it's not a big tuning thing, but still, I would guess it makes the steering a bit nicer.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think happened here? So
somebody tried to fix it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fixed.
Yeah. So someone hit a curb or something, or a pothole with the.
And then they weld it.
And the wheel bent, so it's been fixed, and it's aluminum, right?
Yeah.
So, but you can totally feel that it's not even. All right. So, and here we can't. So the struts are inside the strut towers. We can't see if they are X, Y, Z as well, but I assume.
Yeah. Looks like
Yeah. And we can see it from when we open the hood, but there's the adjustable camber plates or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what do you think?
It's gonna be a challenge.
It's gonna be a challenge.
Yeah.
But do you think all the stuff here that needs to? It's like pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It's just worn out, not original, and so on. So we just need to make a big Excel sheet and start shopping for parts, and then I think there's gonna be a bit of a arm wrestle. I think he wants to change everything, and I want to save some money. So there's going to be a bit of an argument here or there, like what we're going to do or not. But obviously, I want this car to run properly, look good, have everything sorted. But if we want to go from this to something that you can put in a museum, there's going to be a big difference in budget. So we need to figure out to what extent do we want to restore this car. But yeah.
We discovered some rust repair areas behind the front tires, around the floor and wheel wells. So lots to do, and now let's move on to the compression test. As it turns out, the S14 engine has its own tool for taking out the spark plugs. My car had one looking like it, but it turned out to be the wrong one. Kim has one, but it was in his car on the other side of town. So we decided to pop into a local car parts store to do some shopping.
First one.
Perfect.
Yesterday he was here.
First time.
Yeah.
Hello.
But he was looking some girls.
Oh, did he find any?
This is the place where you can find it. Especially Sunday.
I don't think the message is going to go anywhere because the last video, 100% of the viewers were men, so I don't think this is. I'm not going to get any luckier.
Last night I thought these were for dogs, like foot, to put food on, but these are magnetic for the tools and buttons.
There's missing the thing.
Maybe after the
Yeah.
project.
Unfortunately, the tools we bought didn't work, so this is the morning after, and Kim had brought his own tool.
All right, so next up we're going to do a compression test, or he's going to, and I'll be learning. So go ahead. I guess we're taking out the spark plugs.
Yep.
So far we have some wins and losses with the car. The best part so far is that the car is quite rust-free. On the other hand, most of the consumables are worn or not original. But now for the big one, the compression test. If the compression test fails, I'm properly screwed. Rebuilding this engine could double the price of this restoration, so fingers crossed. Kim is using his compression test tool screwed into one spark plug socket at a time. I would then crank the starter to build up some pressure in the cylinder. Then we would wait for a moment if the pressure would leak.
Eli mikä se arvo on?
15. Se on tosi hyvä.
Se on tulos.
This is the hardest part to get this. And why we do it? Because we don't have no idea the engine health.
How did we do?
16.
But good.
Yeah. I
Yes.
think you run a little bit longer than the first one, but
So the compression test tests out any kind of air leaks so that the valves are seated properly, so that there isn't any burnt oil crud between the valve and the valve stem, and the valve is not bent, and that the piston rings are not leaking, and the fourth one was that there aren't any cracks in the cylinder walls or anything, and the head gasket is okay. So if we pass this test, that means all of those things are okay.
should be okay.
Should be okay, and that's a very good sign.
15 point
Good.
something.
Good.
Fire in the hole.
Literally.
Very good.
Winning!
So finally we get to run the compression test. All 4 cylinders can hold compression just fine. And this is great news and leads us to believe that a full engine rebuild is not necessary. In addition to the engine being okay, you can see that we have some hits and misses. Interior needs to be reupholstered, and the engine bay needs a full restoration because of the wiring and leaks. But on the other hand, the frame or chassis seems to be quite rust-free. I cannot say for sure at this point on what to do with the XYZ suspension. More on that in the following episodes. Brakes might actually be reusable.
Our first day or two went somehow how I had expected. Chris was behind the camera and Kim was helping me to figure out what is out of order, not standard, tuned, or just missing from the car. The compression test gave us the best news so far. We did not have any leaks, which means that the piston rings, cylinder walls, head gaskets and valves should be good. The oil was fresh, though the fuel was not. I will now try to answer the 3 questions I stated in the beginning. What kind of unforeseen issues can you encounter when buying an old enthusiast car? Well, if there's a checklist of things that can happen to a car, I think we could check most of the boxes. And I mean like rust repairs, aftermarket tuning, broken glass, aftermarket wiring, cut wiring, extra holes in the bodywork, repainted body, missing items in the wrong place, and the list goes on. So far, I think the car has not been crashed head first, so that would leave at least 1 box unchecked. That being said, the body and frame is in pretty good order. The second question was, how much time and money you need to restore a car like this? Honestly, I cannot answer that question yet. I kind of feel that we are at the 10-hour mark of a 1,000-hour restoration. I will let you know as soon as I know more about the cost and labor. The question number 3 is, how difficult is it to work on BMWs from the 80s? Well, I must say that this is a quite simple car and you have easy access to everything. So A+ for that. The exciting and scary thing is that the engine has been tuned and there's no documentation about it. Also, the wiring harness was a mess, which didn't help. Other good news were that the car is pretty rust-free and everything about the engine itself seems pretty solid. I will try to contact previous owners to figure out what has been done to the engine itself. If all goes well, we will not touch the engine internally, only the wiring, hoses, accessories and ECU. So that's it for today. In the next episode, which by the way is out already, we are going to remove the transmission and engine so we get a better look at everything. Just follow the link in the description for the next episode. And do remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. Thank you for watching.